Do you know, when you waste your time, you waste your life. When you waste your time. Watch this. Please don't forget what I'm about to tell you. Everybody gets what I'm about to tell you now. You can make more money. You cannot make more time. Let me repeat what I've just said. You didn't cut this. Young people, look at me. You can make more money. You can never make more time. I spoke to some young people. Listen to me. I spoke to some young people in Woolwich the other day. I said to them, I said, sons, please go get mentors. Adults, please, will you look at me for 1 minute? Please, I beg you. Fathers, mothers, please, mentor these young people. Did you hear what I said? Mentor these young people. Teach them about life. Do you know, I did a research. You know what I found out? Always when God calls a man to the ministry, is usually in their youth. There are few exceptions. You know why God? When they are young, they still have the vigor, they have the energy, they have the time. They can leave the country and say, Mom, I'm going to serve God. Dad, I'm going. But the older you become, the more distracted you are. The older you become, the less you can do. Because the children will be calling your attention. Your husband will be calling your attention. Your wife will be calling your attention. Money is limiting you. Grandchildren are calling for your attention. And so the time that you used to have, you don't have it. Look at somebody, say, don't waste your life. Come on, I can't hear. Somebody say it again, say, don't waste your life. How many of you sometimes look around, those of you who have children? How many of you look around sometimes and you marvel, are these my children? How many of you look at your children and say, no, this can't. They have grown up so much. They are almost as tall as you. How many of you know what I'm talking about? You look at it and say, is this my son? Look, is this my daughter? And some of you already grandchildren are getting, is this true? This my son that I was carrying in the back some years ago now already has children. You know what it tells you? Time waits for nobody. Let me tell you a few ways to know that you are not wasting your time. I want to help you. Are you getting anything? I just want to help you. You know, the thing about life, I've discovered that if you're on the wrong lane, you're allowed to do a U-turn. Some of you should leave. You should have a resolution. I am going to make changes to my life. If you continue on the lane that you are going to have regrets at the end of the lane. How do I know that I'm not wasting my life? Number one, when you are carrying out a commanded assignment. Can I repeat myself? How do I know that I'm not wasting my time? When I am carrying out a commanded assignment. Ladies and gentlemen, the unfortunate thing of life is that most of the activities that we engage in today, God does not have a hand in it. Okay. Some of you are working in places today that God didn't send you there. Some of you are doing jobs that has nothing to do with your call. Some of you, God put you in a particular place, but you have expired in that place. You should have started something else. When God told Jonah to go to Nineveh and he was going to Tarsus, on his way to Tarsus, was he fulfilling destiny? No, he was in rebellion. It was a wasted time. So let me break it down. If God has called you to music, everybody look at me. If God has called you to music, the time that you invest in doing music is not a wasted time. And you know what happened? You must also do it according to God's will. It shouldn't be that they pushed you. When they push you, there is no reward. Some people, it will be better for you not to do certain things because you are doing it because of what somebody will say. It's not out of your volition. You know what I find out with people? May God deliver you from the fear of men. You know how our children, they notice that people are looking at them, so they really want to perform. That's exactly how most of us, you know that somebody is looking at you and you want to perform to get their attention. Listen to me. It's better to get the attention of heaven. What did I say? When you are doing a commanded assignment, you are not wasting your time. Number 2, when you are in a divine location, you are not wasting your time. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. God has a place for you at any point in time. Don't just wake up one day and say, I am carrying my bag. Don't do it. Even if you want to buy a house, let me tell you, the first thing you should do, begin to pray ahead. Begin to pray. There are many things that we get our hand involved in that it seems God is there, but it's not there. Don't fall into the problem of the Israelites with the Gibeonites. A fool at 40 is a fool forever. There is a location for you. Listen to me. When you expire in a location, the grace lifts and it becomes a problem for you. And every assignment you do in a disobedient location is not recorded in heaven. So you get to heaven and say, God, but I was winning soul. Yes, you were winning soul, but you were in disobedience. Lift up your hand. Ask God to have his way in your life. Ask God to have a minute from your heart. Ask God to have his way in your life. Put down your hand. Sister Helen, please stand, please. Some years ago you were in London where, you had some challenges here. It was almost like you should go, you shouldn't go. Is that right? But you discovered you had to go. Yeah? Do you know that sometimes people will counsel you, don't go, 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 don't go. But yet God is saying, go. You know what I find with people? Most of us are too afraid to take a step. Listen to me. Hear me. I would rather go into the wilderness with God than stay in the palace with kings. I'm going to travel a little bit. I'm getting my bag packed. Not now. But how many of you know? Let me tell you. Watch me. There is a price to pay. You know what I told my leaders? Not many people pastor a church that you've bought cash and you are handing it over. You don't do it. That's the time to become a GO. I said, finally, all this labor for all this year, I need to reap it and chop it. And even with that, God tests your heart. We brought nothing into this world. And surely we will not take anything out. Listen. If you remain where God has not put you, you are wasting your life. and his covering is not on you. That's why many people they are wrestling. They are fighting. When you stay where God doesn't, you find the land is hard. You find that you are not happy. You are not fulfilled. You know, every time, I just wish, I want to teach my children. I want to teach them. You know, I ask them. I talk to them a lot. I talk. Guys, don't do this. Do this. Please don't do this. You're not going to be young for too long. You're not going. Please do this quick. I don't want you to get to 40 and be regretting. Parents, look at me. Talk to your children. Talk to them. Some of them think, they have all the time. Yes, man. Yes, bro. Yeah, bro. 5 hours every day is on the phone. Doing what? Once you lose that 5 hours, you don't get it back. Somebody said this to me in South Africa. He said, this is the way we train our young boys. You know what he said? He said, we teach our young boys when they are young, tell them, pursue God and make a lot of money. Make a lot of money. Because when you are young, you have the time, you have the energy. If you don't have money when you get old, you find it more difficult to make money. Because your health begins to fail you. So all the time you are spending on phone and chasing women, you should be spending it on productive matter. Next year will be 30 years I started preaching. Some of you have track record of working for all kinds of people. The only record I have for working for any organization is 3 months. It was the most miserable part of my life. 3 months. Can you imagine doing the same thing for 30 years? I was back in my father's church this year, preaching on the same pulpit. I preached there in 1986. 30 years. And when I say 30 years, listen to me. My service for God is not the way some of you serve God. You're serving God today, somebody annoys you, you are upset. You won't come to church for 1 month. Or you say, you know what, I want to pray a little bit. I want to take a break. This man has known me since the 80s. If I lie, you've known so many people who have known me. You never see me say, I'm not going to do the work. I need some encouragement. Why didn't you encourage yourself? I was never followed up. Number 3. Are you still with me? So number 1, what did I say? You are not wasting your life if you are what? When you are carrying out what? A commanded assignment. Number 2, what did I say? When you are in God's divine location, you are not wasting your life. Let me just give you, the time is really gone now. Let me give you 3 important truths about your life. And I will just close. Are you ready for this? Number 1, you don't have eternity to fulfill your assignment. In other words, your time is limited. Did you hear what I said? Your time is what? Limited. You don't have the whole of eternity to do whatever you are going to do. Number 2, you are getting old every day without noticing it. You are getting old every day without noticing it. The way to notice you are getting old is to look at your brother, your sister, your pastor, and you notice and go and check your wedding album. Some of you, if you check your wedding album, you will cry. Because some physiological changes have taken place. If you look at it now, they will not believe you are the one. Some of you, are you with me? You are getting old every day without knowing. And you know what Paul says? Even though the outward man perisheth, but the inward man is. You know what is happening? You know what is happening? The outward man is perishing. How do you know? Gray is coming. The people who swore that they will never wear glasses. You have to visit the optician almost every 3 months. Your metabolism is slowing down. How many of you know that your knees are giving up? I noticed you people that used to walk, some people used to walk very, very fast now. If they are coming for this you see them. You would think they are dancing to Michael Jackson. You would think it's not a star. It is age that is saying, slow down, bro. Slow down. Slow down. I'm telling you, you are getting old without noticing it. Without noticing it. And you know what that does? It slows down. You slow down. You begin to slow down your activities. Number 3. Important truth about life. Most opportunities in life don't repeat themselves. Did you hear what I said? Most opportunities in life don't repeat themselves. You know why? An opportunity may come now. The next time it may come, it may be 20 years. By that time, things have changed. Wife might have died. Husband might have died. Children might have left home. You might not even have the energy again. I shared something with the ministry, with the saints in London a few months ago. Let me just close with this. For those of you who have had this before, bear with me. It's worth repeating to you. A life is a cycle. What did I say? It's a cycle. C-Y-C-L-E. Life is a cycle. Are you following me? The natural things always teaches us lesson about the spiritual. I want to leave something with you so that you can know where you are and it can inform you about what you should be doing. Are you following me at all? There are 4 stages of life. Some of us will never complete that stage, unfortunately. But let me give you. Number 1 is spring, 0 to 25. Number 2 is summer, 25 to 50 years. Number 3 is autumn, your autumn season, 50 to 75. And winter is 75 and above. Can I just say this? What I've just given to you, they are approximate. It's not tight, but they are approximate. Let me break this down. If you've lived in this country for 1 year, you'll have experienced all the seasons. Our life comes in seasons. Season 1, 0 to 25. Let me talk to you if you are 0 to 25. 0 to 25. That is your spring years. It is the season of foresight. F-O-R-E, sight. It is a season of foresight. The first 25 years of your life are the green years. Spring, what happens? It becomes green. Is that right? Is the season of foresight. It is the season, please, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. It is the season to bud and to grow. It is the season, you will notice, if people are going to grow, that is the season. Education. You see, that is the season of your life, which is your seed time. Did you hear what I said? Young people, did you hear what I said? You know, Sharon said something to us while we were at the table yesterday. This blew me up. And I'm happy the Holy Ghost reminded me again. Everybody listen to this. Parents, hear this and be wise. Sharon said to us, I bought my first property when I was 17 in America. Hey! Who was on the table with us? Who was on it? Thank you very much. Sharon Stone said, I bought my property too when I was 17. She said, I sold those properties later. It says, I used those property for used the money for almost 5 years without doing anything. I was just enjoying. 17. Listen, when she said that, I just said, I wish all the young people in all of our branches would have had that. Because by 17, the average person is still trying to sag. They are still trying to sag. 17. In fact, 25. They have not even started thinking about property. Your springtime is your season of seed time. It's the period of learning. Somebody say learning. It's the season of self-discovery. Somebody say self-discovery. Have you noticed suddenly you just find your daughter begins to say, I'm a lady. Have you noticed that? They just suddenly discover this, oh man. Or your son begins to dress. He said, Mom, don't come to my room. Mom, please, I'm dressing. They've just discovered that they are now men. Season of self-discovery is the season of hope and growth. Young people, every young person here, listen to this. It's your season of preparation. Preparation. You know why? The key word here is preparation. If you prepare very well during this season, you are going to make it well in life. But if you don't, because it's your foundational year, if you don't prepare very well, it will affect you. If you don't read well, if you don't invest well, it will affect you in the next phase of your life and possibly for the rest of your life. Did you catch that? Number 2, summer years. Your summer years is 25 to 50. 25 to 50. Somebody said 25 to 50. Is the period of insight. Is the season of insight. Somebody say insight. You know why? By the time you reach 50, you have been around for a long time. You have burnt, you know what? You have burnt your finger so many times. Are you getting what I'm saying? You notice that when you are still a teenager, a boy just comes and says, hey, babes, I love you, babes. I really love you. And you're, you know what I'm talking about? If anybody tells you, you are not in love, no, mama, I'm in love. That guy was deceiving you. And you were so gullible, you follow him everywhere. But after 50, your daughter now says, Mom, I'm in love. I was like that. It's not love. It's not love. It's not love. It's not love. You know, you've invested, you've made mistakes. Now, you've seen life. It's the period in your life of insight. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, by 50, you should be stable in life. Hey, listen to me. Every married couple should hear me. By the time you are between 25 to 50, you must be stable. Financially, you must be stable. You cannot be living from hand to mouth. They don't pay your salary for two months and you are crying. You are stuck in life. Are you with me? It is the period of stability, family raising. That's the period to raise family. It's the period of career maturing. If your career does not mature between 25 and 50, you have made mistakes in life. You know, I see people at the age of 60, they say, I want to go and apply. No, don't apply. Just beg God to start your own business because it's too late. Because your children's age are applying for the same job. They are not coming with baggage. They can press computer. You have to be doing this. You know, during this period, if you sow good seed during the first period, that's when you begin to reap. Most people, have you noticed, if you sow good seed during your first period, at the age of 50 and above, I'm talking about people my age, if you did not have an accident, by now, your mortgage should be very low. You cannot be 50 and say, I just want to begin to apply. If you are in such place, meet me somehow. Let's agree together for a miracle. No, what you're going to need is a miracle. Because these days, they won't give you a mortgage for 75 years. This season is not a season of struggles. You should not be fighting. If you're in marriage at this time, you should not be arguing because you should have argued during your 20s and 30s. You know, when you get married, you have lived with a woman for 20 years, you are still throwing stone every week, fighting yourself. After you fight, somebody sleep. What is more to know in the woman that you don't know? You should have known everything. You should know her temper. By now, you should have cooled down. Shouldn't be struggles at all. Are you with me at all? This period is also a period for wise investment because you are going to need it at the next phase of your life. That's why I say to people, you can't be this age and you just spend money. You're always going to McDonald's. All right. The third group of people I want to talk to here are 50 to 75. That is your autumn years. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, bro. 50 to 75. Can I tell you what you should be doing now, 50 to 75? Getting ready to retire. Somebody say, reward? No, it's the truth. Do you know what? Your autumn season is the season of hindsight. This is the season that you begin to discover. You find out that it is too late for you to do things that you have always dreamt for. How many of you will notice often, suddenly something grips you and say, Mom, what's wrong? Nothing. You just want to, I'm not young again. All the things that I dreamt of, I can't do it again because I'm getting old. It's the season that you find out that time is no longer on your side. This is a season of wisdom. That's why if you have people within 50 to 75, listen to their counsel. They know too much. This is the season to begin to envision the next generation. If you are 50, the stage is not about you again. It's about the next generation. You must begin to teach them what you have learned about life. Can I say this to you? Those of us who are pastoring, those of you who have business, you must, at this phase of your life, begin to hand over to the next generation. They have more vision. They have more passion. What they need from you is wisdom. They're going to burn their hand. They're going to make mistakes, but leave them to make mistakes because you made the same mistake. Listen to me. Don't always look at your children that they will remain children. Are you following me at all? This is the season that many people have midlife crisis. Just find out your wife is crying. You don't know. You don't know why she's crying. She's just crying, honey. I love you. She's just crying. What have I done? Nothing. Why are you crying? I don't know. No, a lot of people have midlife crisis. You now find out that you are no longer young and you are not old. You are stuck. That's where you find out some from women who say, I wasted my youth. Now they want to wear the skirt that their daughter is wearing. No, it's true. That's why if you come to church sometimes you just find out somebody who is in 50 now wants to wear this. It's not the same. The figure is not the same. It's changing. The thing is changing. Those things are gone. I know. It's in the mind. But you can't compare yourself to those people on that side. Those young. Look at their face. Oily. Their face is oily. That's how they used to be before. You see, all of these people, that's how they used to be. Jesus. Jesus, help us, Lord. Help us, Jesus. Let me close. The final part of your life is your winter years. There are just few of us here that are here. Your winter years is 75 and above. You know when? We're in winter now. Look outside. It gets dark. You know when it gets dark? The parts of the body are falling. The leaves are falling. Eyesight is not working well. The knees are giving up. You are visiting the GP every week. They say you can't retain your wee. They have to be putting Pampers. No. That's your winter year. That's what happened. That's why. Listen to me. I see people like Mama at the age of 80 plus. She's still working to come in. I applaud her because some people who are 50 cannot do what she's doing. Some people who are 60 cannot do what she's doing. Watch this. The scripture for you at this stage of your life is Hebrews 9:27. For it is appointed for man to die. You know, my parents, are getting close to their mid-80s. And you know how they talk these days? They talk in parables. When my mother is praying, when she's praying, and my dad, they are praying, you would think like, I don't know whether they are talking to God or me. I listen to them.